just be like this.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome into That Real Texas Team podcast, episode 126, post-free agency yet again, pre-draft. We're in that weird limbo state where we're just waiting on the draft to start. My name's Curtis. You can check me out here. You can also watch me on This AFC South show. Follow me on X at This AFC South SHW. With me, as always, is Chris, a.k.a. Pac-Man, _ King Freestyle. aka the Slim Chickens, and he's one half of That's Crazy Podcast and Talk. Make sure you go like and subscribe over on his other channel. We've got some interesting conversational topics this week. It sounds like is there a sound machine on or something? I'm hearing a lot of static.
It's really weird without fucking might be my fan. Did it stop?
Yep.
It was my fan.
Hell yeah. But look, we got some stuff going on. We're gonna be talking about prove it years. These are the guys who this season have something to prove in one way or another. CJ Stroud, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Wyatt Teller, Cole Popovich, and Nick Caley. You could arguably put Braden Smith on here, and I wouldn't be mad at you. But this is the list. We're going to go through these one by one, so everybody will get an opportunity to weigh in on this. Make sure you hit us in the comments section if we say something you disagree or agree with. So we'll start with Nico Collins. Nico Collins is the third Texans receiver in franchise history to have 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons, obviously joining Andre Johnson and DeAndre Hopkins in that. Nico Collins got his big extension off of that first year with CJ Stroud, where he far and away had his best season. Nico Collins is sitting around and watching everybody get paid right now, and he's got to be thinking he's coming up soon, right?
You'd assume so. I honestly don't, but I mean, I only think it's a prove it year just for him, not necessarily for the team, if that makes sense. Mostly because what's going on? Mostly because I don't think they're going to keep him.
Yeah.
If you want me to be honest, I don't think they're unless he takes a team friendly deal. I don't. Why keep him when you got a Higgins who's basically the same size, and if you want to be honest, once he learns how to get them damn feet in bounds, he's gonna be like that was I saw multiple. What game was that? Was Nico out that game? I feel like Nico played that game, but it was like the Jaden the Higgins show. I don't remember. Was it a Colts game? I don't. Regardless of the fact, but it was the game where he caught the ball like looked like Nico catching the ball, but he couldn't keep his damn feet in bounds. I think he had one. I can't remember which game that was.
I think I remember what you're talking about.
But he like the entire game, every time they threw him the ball, he was making miraculous catches, but he just kept his feet. I think like his last 2 catches, he kept his feet in bounds, and he looked it great. He was like, I'm gonna keep him in bounds this time. And that's just my whole thing. They're gonna get more opportunities this year, especially if Nico's hurt. Yeah, because I mean, if and you can get I don't want to guarantee that he's gonna get hurt, but I tell people this all the time. I didn't know Nico was good. He was never on the field. He had a kind of a connection with him and Davis. They had a connection. They came into the league together, but I didn't know he was good. Like I'm just being honest. You saw him. You saw flashes because he did make miraculous catches, but what he played 5 games his rookie season, maybe, and he didn't play very like I say, shit, you'd have forgot he was on the team.
Yeah, look, I mean, you're not wrong, but Brandon's over here got a pretty good comment here. Clear number one who never complains or causes drama, and we are taking him for granted. I don't think we're taking him for granted. Here's the thing: we paid him $25 million a season with the extension, and we've gotten basically 11 to 12 games out of him, 13 games out of him every season. So if you want to do the math, technically, but on a per game basis, he's getting paid the same as Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, but he's not playing all that much. It's not that he's not playing the whole season. He's yet to just not play a whole year, but he is, I would say, more injury prone right now than Andre Johnson was at any point in his career. He had 2 concussions this year. He missed. I think Landry said. I was watching the locker room with Landry, and he said something in between 3 and 5 games, depending on how you want to look at it.
Yeah, and also he missed the Patriots game.
Well,
which was a big thing.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing. Is like, coming into the postseason, we had our full complement of weapons for the first time, with the exception of now Trent Brown played that first week. So I mean, we had the most weapons CJ Stroud has had going into a playoff game, and Nico leaves halfway through the game with a concussion, ends up not playing the next week against the Patriots, ends up having a top 10 wide receiver receiving yards in the NFL kind of year last year. Quietly, it was the fastest he'd ever reached 1,000 yards in a season. He missed the fewest amount of regular season games this year. But are we, like, if you can re-sign him again for another $25 million, I think you take it. That's a team-friendly deal.
It's extremely team-friendly.
Extremely. But you look at JSN, and JSN just got like a $42.5 million a season contract extension. I don't think you can do that with Nico, considering the amount of games he's not going to be available for yearly. That's why the wide receiver room has to be excruciatingly deep. And it is right now. At least on paper, it's pretty deep with draft investments from second, third rounds pretty much littered all throughout. Nico Collins, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Noel, Tank Dell, all those guys, second, third round draft picks. I love Nico. I don't mean to say that all of this just like that he's not a good player. Dude's good. When he's healthy, he's good. But I think you can't realistically come into this season and as Nico Collins representation and think we got to get an extension done. He's got 2 years left. And I'm willing to bet that he's one of the people that we let go when the bill comes due. There's another guy in the wide receiver room that's in an interesting spot, coming into his 4th year, coming back from major knee injuries. That's Tank Dell. Obviously, his situation is night and day compared to what Nico Collins is. You want to talk about the injury bug. Tank Dell might be the legitimate injury bug. What do you think we got to see out of Tank Dell and Nico Collins this season to feel good about extending or their future with this organization?
So one thing, one reason I want to see so Nico, I think Tank is more important to this offense, and the only reason I feel like since Tank's been gone, and I know CJ was not great the season before last, but I felt like the moment Tank was gone, it's like that. That was like it. I don't know. It's like CJ like kind of gave up. I don't know. It just seems so weird because I feel like CJ plays a lot different with Tank on the field, and you got Noel, who I feel is equally as fast, and there were times he took. I don't know. I just there's something about Tank being on the field because I feel like Nico, if Nico's not on the field, I feel like now he didn't have Schultz for the playoff game. I felt like that was a big issue for him because that's a security blanket for him. I feel like that was a big issue for him. I'm not saying he doesn't throw any interceptions. I don't think he throws the interceptions that he does if Schultz plays that entire game. At least the first half. Shit.
Yeah.
But as far as Nico, like I say, Nico, I don't know what I want to see out of Nico because I believe that if Nico has a fantastic year, they're not going to pay him. Why? Like it sounds crazy, but why? You got Higgins, you got Hutch, who's about the same size also, and Hutch might not be here.
Yeah,
but I mean, but. That'd be my thing. Obviously, I would want to keep Nico over Hutch, and I love Hutch. Hutch is not a player. Look here, as much as I didn't want John Mitchell to go, he had to go.
Mm-hmm.
He had to go. That's just the thing about it. Where is he at? Is he still at the Jets? I don't even know where he's at now. I know he went to the Eagles. He didn't stay there long.
Yeah,
and so
I think he's with the Jets.
And I feel like the Texans did their due diligence, like they always do for players that have that type of that type of illness. They do it all the time, from the Questenberries and stuff like that. I feel like I don't know. I want to see Tank on the field. I feel like we get a different CJ Stroud if Tank's on the field. I think that Tank is his most important receiver, although I think that Nico's his most important. But I think for CJ, Tank's his most important. If that makes sense, I'm trying to make it make sense without sounding crazy.
No, I mean like Tank's the favorite, Tank's the most important, but Nico's the favorite.
Yeah, like I feel like, but I don't know. Maybe he just needs to have Tank in the huddle. Just have him in the huddle with you. That just makes you feel better. But the thing about it is, what we do know is when Tank Dell comes back, look here, I know Noel's fast. I know he's a little bigger than Tank, but nobody's scared of him. They know he's fast. They're not scared of him, but they're fat. They're scared of Tank Dell. I can tell you that. They're scared of Tank Dell.
Well, that's the other thing is it's at least they were. You don't know.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, we don't know now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't know until he comes back.
Yes, Brandon, guys, games, but Jettis having a 10-game year was like detrimental to their team. Puka having an 11-game year. Also, Devontae Adams is there. And Puka still put up top 5 wide receiver numbers.
Bro, oh my God. He's amazing. I'm sorry. Puka's just amazing.
And then Chase had a 12-game year. Are you not counting the 5 games that what's his name?
Joe Burrow.
Yeah,
Joe Burrow. He missed more than 5. He missed damn near the whole season.
Yeah, that's right.
Because he came back in December.
Talk about injury prone. I get what you're saying, but realistically, those kind of guys, like, you're going to pay Jamar Chase $40 million because he's going to, like, doesn't matter who the quarterback is, he's going to tear it up. Nico Collins is, in my opinion, he's a tier below Jefferson, Puka, and Chase. He's
when healthy.
When healthy. What's Stroud without Nico? Undefeated in the regular season.
That's so crazy. Except for the Lions game, because I did see that down there. Except for the Lions game, which we should have won. We should have won that game. Remember, he threw the second interception was the bad one. The first one, whatever. The second one, he threw to Carlton Davis, was disgusting. That one where he just I don't know, Tank Dell was wide open and he underthrew him so badly that Carlton Davis, I don't know if he overthrew him or underthrew him, but Tank was wide open. It didn't matter.
The one where Tank was in the end zone all by himself for like 10 seconds. And
I think CJ was late or something.
Yeah. Tank is, without a doubt, his best friend. He's going to try to feed his buddy. But I don't believe that Nico Collins is actually the straw that stirs the drink. I think it begins and ends with the efficiency of the quarterback, because Davis Mills fed Nico. CJ Stroud feeds Nico, but Tank has always been kind of that X factor, take the top off the defense. Nico Collins is kind of the big-bodied, big hands guy that's going to make you a crucial third down catch.
Yeah, but he can also take the top off the defense. But I don't like him taking the top off the defense, because you know what happens when he takes the top off the defense? He gets fucking hurt every time, every single time, man. Like it really bothers me. He gets hurt. Oh man. So I understand. Like, we're talking about this. Can I add a name if he's still even going to be here?
What's that?
Brevin Jordan.
Yeah, see, that the draft is going to make that kind of interesting. At least his existence on the roster. I don't know that they're going to not draft a tight end this year.
They should.
I could see Brevin Jordan getting pushed off, and potentially Cade Stover, just depending on how many tight ends they end up drafting. But
I feel like Stover would go before Jordan, just because what was his contract? Because when did it kick in? Does that kick in this year? Brevin Jordan's contract?
Yeah,
he's got kick in last year.
1 year deal.
Oh, it was just the extension was just 1 year? I couldn't remember.
Yeah.
But either way it goes, okay. So I'm cool with that. Then we'll keep that. Because I feel like, as we're talking about it,
we can't complain about Nico missing games and say we need Tank and Brevin for their impact. We don't need Brevin.
I don't think we need Brevin either.
2 back-to-back years of not playing the whole season. Clearly, we don't need Brevin. Tank would have been nice to have last year. We're not talking about Tank Dell coming back and being the end-all, beat-all. This is a prove-it year for Tank. It's a prove-it year for Brevin. It's a prove-it year for Nico. Nico has to prove that he belongs in the upper echelon. Right now, he's a tier below. Tank needs to prove that he can come back from this major, major injury and be the kind of athlete that he was before. Brevin Jordan is in the exact same boat. He has had 2 major ligament tears in the last 2 seasons. I think one was an Achilles and one was an ACL. Brevin Jordan, there's a solid shot he's not the athlete he was when he was drafted. There's a solid shot that the same thing applies to Tank Dell. This might be the last year we see both of them on the same team. And then the only reason we're talking about Nico is because he's got to prove that he belongs. If he can play a 17-game season, just one, which Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and Puka Nacua have done. If they haven't played all 17, they've played closer to it and gotten sat at the end of the year. There's a lot that Nico has to do in order to get that kind of money, in my opinion.
And he won't get it from Houston. That's what people have to understand. I do not believe that they will pay him. Top. I wouldn't, and I love Nico, but I wouldn't. As crazy as it sounds, I wouldn't. But let's move on. I don't want to keep talking about the receivers.
You're fine. We're staying on offense here, though. Wyatt Teller, free agent, coming to the Texans from the Browns off of a couple down years, and now he's going to be asked to change positions and play left guard, which was obviously an Achilles heel for us last season.
And isn't that his natural position, left guard?
No, he played left guard in college, played left guard his first year with Buffalo, and then played right guard every year since then.
Oh.
So now he's going back to left guard. I don't know about natural position, but
Yeah, because I was seeing that it seems like because I heard him talk about that, and it seems like it it seems like it'll probably take some getting used to because he's been playing right guard for so long, but it just seemed like him switching to right guard was just was a difference for him,
yeah.
and also at the same time, Cleveland line wasn't just great. He might have been their best player.
I mean, last season, yeah, probably. But I mean, with the contract he's on with the Texans, we have an out after this year. It's a 2-year deal, basically $8 million a season, and we have an out after this year.
Yeah, because all the guaranteed money is probably this year. He probably ain't got nothing left after that.
Yeah,
which you just cut him. Yeah, but I that's my only thing about him because I don't know too much about him. I've watched him or whatever, but whatever.
Brandon, hot take: if Nico Collins was a Patriot, he wouldn't have missed a game. He would have been back by Tuesday. Dude, fucking facts. Dude. I don't know how Christian Gonzalez got to fucking clear concussion protocol like that, but
no, the Texans they're extremely out of all the teams. They're the most extremely careful when it comes to concussions.
Yeah,
I thought they were just doing that with CJ, but it wasn't just CJ that got concussion. You had Nico, who got the concussion with CJ that was out too. Petrie. Yeah, Petrie. Because he came back with the super helmet.
Yeah,
he came back hitting harder.
Dude, the Guardian cap on him first of all, does CJ start wearing the Guardian cap? Does he become the first quarterback to wear the Guardian cap? If so, probably a big win for him.
If you want me to be honest, I think the first quarterback that should wear it should be Tua. If you want me to be honest, but he probably ain't gonna be playing no more. So,
CJ Hunter's got a question: do we groom Jaden Higgins to be the next Nico? I think that's why you drafted Jaden Higgins to begin with. Initially, I thought when we drafted Blake Fisher that he was going to be the Titus Howard replacement. Now, we still got rid of Titus Howard, but Blake Fisher has played like absolute dog piss. So I think that was the plan. It just didn't pan out. I think the same type of plan applies to Jaden and Nico because they are basically the same size and have similar physical characteristics. Jaden is young, and by the end of Nico's contract, he's going to be 29 years old, and I don't know that he's going to be getting that kind of big-ass money anyway, but we shall see. Wyatt Teller.
I don't either. I would.
Yeah. Wyatt Teller, though, this is a prove-it year. He's got to get it figured out. He's got to get back healthy. If you listen to any of the interviews he's done with some of the Texans talking heads on the internet, he's excited about going to left guard. He thinks it'll actually give him longevity in his career because of the way that, your first step and your first arm strike on the right side have basically kind of not necessarily worn down, but you've overexerted those particular muscle groups for years with high impact. And now you get to switch it to the other hand and you still come in with a strong hand to close out shit. So, I mean, in theory, this is going to be a big year for him. In the same boat, though, Cole Popovich. Old Cole Popovich, former.
Why is he still there?
Cole Popovich has not been bad. As the offensive line coach last year, he did a lot of improving.
I will say, as the year went on, they did get better.
Yeah. I think that they tried a bunch of shit. Absolutely. Like City So should have never seen the light of day. But they're willing to try things, which is more than what they were doing with Kenyon Green in the lineup or when Shaq Mason was hurt and they just kept putting Shaq Mason back out there when he got healthy and he was playing like shit. This is a little different. Cole is not going to let the poor play continue. He's going to be instrumental in getting the most out of Wyatt Teller, Braden Smith, Evan Brown, Jake Andrews, taking a step forward. Ursary
Oh
taking
my
a step
God.
forward.
I want a new center. Ugh.
The draft is coming.
I
Look,
know. And we don't
and
have to draft the center that high.
no. Brandon says King Popovich. You're yeah, that's according to Landry. I'm not gonna, as a grown man, I don't call another man king unless we're bros. I don't know Cole. All right, he sounds like he'd be pretty decent at cricket or something, but I don't know.
It's crazy.
Brandon, he will let poor play come back over the bye week though. Look, you're not wrong. Like I think they felt like Laken Tomlinson, for all we know, might have been one of those guys that just practiced really well, and he was kind of the leader of the offensive line, so you kind of wanted to put him out there. But yeah,
which was crazy because he was. That's the bad part because he was. I mean, until he got his ass shipped up out of there, he was.
Yeah,
and I don't know, and I feel like we'll know because we knew last year. I know we won 12 games last year, or whatever. But at the same time, we'll know in the first 2-3 games how the season's going to look. We're going to know how CJ's going to look in the first the first 2 or 3 games. We're going to know exactly how everyone's going to look. It probably except for the offensive line. The offensive line will probably be the only thing that changes over the season.
Yeah, they put Tomlinson back out there because he played in Seattle before. That's the only reason. I think you got to think about how many hoops they were trying to jump through to keep Juice Scruggs off the field. Give Cole Popovich a chance. He had a lot of trial and error with the O-line, switching guys here and there. I'm not bashing the guy. I think this is just a prove-it year. Now you've spent the offseason bringing in names, bringing in established guys. You brought Ed Ingram back. You brought in all these dudes. I think this is the first year we're going to be able to look at Cole Popovich and determine whether or not what he's doing is ultimately for the best of the team, because we've gone out and added those kind of guys.
Yeah, because like CJ needs that protection because we saw it all last year. If they heat CJ ass up, they heat him up, and it's over with. He's throwing an interception, or he's gonna make a bad decision if they heat his ass up. The Patriots did it multiple times. They heated his ass up. You run, I can run through that makeshift ass offensive line they had out there. Shit, go heat CJ Stroud ass up. I hate to say it like that, but we saw it multiple times. CJ is perfect. If you don't get, and I'm talking about like if you heating him up like just at the beginning of the snap, not something coming, because I feel like CJ can get away from stuff like that, but he's athletic enough to get away from most things. But if you're especially if you're running straight through that damn center of ours, that center and that damn left side. Well, I know whenever Titus got over there, it was a little better. But that center and that left guard, man, you can run straight through there.
Dude, it's been a problem.
Run straight through there.
It's been a problem. That center left guard spot's been a problem for years. It's been a whole ass problem. Brandon says, had 3 guys in 2 years who had their last NFL snap here. Lakin, Shaq, and who am I missing?
Cam. Oh, no, he played for Cleveland, didn't he?
Yeah.
So never mind. I don't know. Kenyon. You got to be Kenyon.
Is he? Yeah, that's what he's saying is Kenyon.
I would say it got to be Kenyon. Has he? Because I think the Eagles
cut him,
right?
Yeah,
it's Kenyon.
Let's see. Another coaching staff member, prove it year for Nick Caley. Nick Caley had a tremendous amount of growing pains last season. He got a little better as time went on. The red zone offense was terrible. Like most games, the offense couldn't move the damn ball or find any sort of consistency if they needed it, if their lives depended on it. This year's a prove-it year. We're running it back with the skill positions. We're coming back a little healthier. We brought in David Montgomery. There was, obviously the absence of Joe Mixon last season I think hurt the offense a lot.
Yes, I believe that's another thing. I didn't even think about that because like Nick Chubb, he was like I understand. Like I mean Nick Chubb was barely serviceable. The only bright spot you really saw was Woody. And the thing about it is I felt like they were putting too much on Woody.
And
But
they
they didn't have any choice.
Yeah, they didn't have a choice, and they weren't thrown in the damn ball, which is like his biggest thing. We got a couple comments here. Kenyon made 2 O-line coaches quit the sport. Damn. That's accurate, though. Sorry, Jake Andrews is a bum.
This is also accurate.
Technically, Jake Andrews is league average, if we're being technical. You know, if PFF has any sort of merit in your brain, technically he's average.
I don't know. Sounds like a bum to me.
Categories. I mean, a bum to me is like City So, or Lake and Tomlin.
If you want me to be honest, I just think Jake Andrews is just a little too small, just a little bit too small.
I'm not mad at that. I think Jake Andrews is the center number 1 going into the offseason. I think that Evan Brown is there to push Jake Andrews and maybe make him better. I don't know. That's what I'm hoping for. And I hope we draft like Connor Liu or Sam Hecht. Just Slaughter out of Florida would be nice. We got to bring somebody in. This offensive line went from, decently old last season to older. So
yeah,
we got to figure some stuff out. We've not drafted historically well, so the free agency pool is probably the best line we've assembled, at least since CJ's been here. And Nick Haley's got to take advantage of it. He's got a big creative in the running game. Get Woody Marks and David Montgomery. If they add another running back in the draft, I wouldn't mind. I think it's Malik Washington Jr. out of Arkansas. Ran like a 4.33. There's a kid named Claiborne out of Missouri. Ran a 4.37. If we could get somebody like that who's got that top end speed, I think we're looking at a pretty solid running back room. But Nick Haley's got to make the best of this opportunity because he will go the way of Bobby Slowick if things don't go well in year 2.
Especially because you already had us thinking that Bobby shouldn't have been fired to begin with.
Yep. Brandon says Jake Andrews is cheap Cade Mays. Cade Mays is cheap Cade Mays.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jake Andrews is literally like bargain bin shopping. Those like fucking $5 DVDs bins at Walmart that have like straight to DVD movies you never even heard of. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 7, and it's got like sexual subtitles to it. Anyway, last but not least, on Prove It years, CJ Stroud. And I've got a little bit more in depth with this one, so I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Can CJ Stroud prove it this year? And what does proving it look like to you?
That is a very tough question. Because, like, I want to say yeah, but I haven't seen enough to say yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is this is his best opportunity to do it. I know. Keep cleaning when I'm done. We'll get you some food.
And it's not even the playoff game. The playoff game is not really what bothers me. The one playoff, because I mean, we could have still won the game. The one playoff, if you want to be honest, if Booty, whatever his name is, if he doesn't make this miraculous ass catch and Woody don't fumble, we win that game. I understand CJ threw a pick 6 and 3 other interceptions. I'm not taking that away, but I'm just it's always you can say what you want. I'm not trying to take anything away because those 4 interceptions were terrible. We're not gonna sugarcoat it there because they were terrible. But I just feel like Man, I don't know. That's a question I can't answer for you. CJ, I'm maybe the haircut to help. Maybe the dreads was getting in his face, the little twist they was getting in his face, and he couldn't see. I don't know. Maybe they was like slide through his helmet or something. I don't know. But I just
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm reading the damn comment.
No, I'm about to pull it up.
This one right here.
Hear me out. We see Stroud rocking Yankees hats, but before even making it to town, Wyatt Teller's rocking Texans hats. Yeah. I think Stroud is very pop culture. Like he's just in the fucking social media life, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just very culturally relevant. He gives a shit about like tradition and everything and older championship caliber teams he's a big fan of.
And like we gotta remember the dude is only what 25? What is he 25 or about to be 25?
Something like that. Yeah. I think that's right. Yeah, he'll be 25 this year, I believe. What's the worst case scenario for the 2026 season as a prove-it year for CJ Stroud? In my opinion, it's more of the same. Worst case scenario, we put a better offensive line out there. Like it actually performs to the degree that we're hoping. And CJ still flounders, struggles reading the defense, makes bad decisions. If that to me is the worst case scenario, and then in 2027, we see that we're not giving him a 5th-year option, and we're probably going to be trading him. Trading or cutting. Probably.
I would trade. And you know, it's the worst part having to have conversations like this. What if he goes to the next team and fucking balls?
That's part of it, you know. I mean, Sam Darnold,
these are my issues because I feel like if these things happen, that means that somebody wasn't doing their job right to begin with. That somebody figured out how to use CJ Stroud the correct way. Because I feel like there's a certain way you got to use him.
Yeah. You have to have an effective running game. You have to have effective like timing routes, and you got to give CJ Stroud the full 2.5 seconds to read the field. And if you don't give him that,
yeah, because he can't read defenses, so of course you got to give him that full 2.5 seconds. And I just and the only reason I say I don't even. My whole thing is I don't obviously we have Nico, but I think Stroud will be fine with okay receivers. Yeah. If that makes sense. If they can scheme for him better, he needs to be schemed better. He needs to learn how to move that damn pocket. He can't move that pocket for nothing. Like I swear, he does not know how to move the pocket whatsoever. He doesn't know how to step up. And he got better. What I will say, before the playoffs, I felt like he was playing better, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No,
I feel like he was playing a lot better before he got to the playoffs. Now, a lot of the Pittsburgh game was a lot of fluky stuff, but the Patriots game wasn't. They heated his ass up.
Yep.
They heated his ass up. Man, they heated him up, and that's just how I feel about it. Like literally, if I'm you're good. Chat, y'all gotta understand, chat. If I am a defensive coordinator, I'm heating CJ Stroud up. I don't even care if he beat me. I'm gonna heat him up the whole game. He go throw me a pick six. I'm heating CJ Stroud up. And I'm just saying that's what I would do as a defensive coordinator. I might send everybody. I might send everybody to CJ Stroud because he doesn't read the defense well enough. And then don't do anything where that's another thing, which is an offensive line problem. It's also a CJ Stroud problem. But the issue with whenever they bring everybody up and you don't know who's coming or who's dropping back, there's always an issue there. There's always an issue there every single time. And the thing about it is, it's fine. That's why defenses do it. It's supposed to be an issue, but it's always an issue for the Texans. Every team can do that against the Texans.
Yep.
Every single team.
Yeah.
It's an issue. But CJ needs to. If I feel like I don't know. Maybe CJ didn't work this all. I feel if you want to be honest, it seems like he ain't did no damn work. I feel like he needs to start. When he first came into the league, he was like, I do less now than I did at Ohio State. I need you to start doing everything that you was doing at Ohio State if you do less now.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've talked about the worst case scenario. Let's talk about the best case scenario. Best case scenario to me, CJ Stroud comes out and he either matches or exceeds 2023 CJ Stroud performance. That touchdown to interception ratio is about the same or better. He gets the yards back over 4,000. He's completing close to 70% of his passes, and he's not taking unnecessary sacks. That, I think, is the best case scenario. If you get that to happen, I think if that happens, CJ Stroud, Nick Caley, and Cole Popovich all successfully had their prove-it year go swimmingly.
Yeah, and then CJ Stroud would get like a Sam Darnold type deal. That's what I give him.
Yeah, because you've only seen it 2 years. You assume that maybe you run it back with some of the main pieces that you're going to be able to do it again, but you never know.
My thing is, what you gonna do? Sit? You surely ain't Deshaun Watson. It's just the thing about it. You not Deshaun Watson. We can talk with Deshaun, the nasty masseuse, Rocker Watson, whatever you want to call him. You're not Deshaun Watson. If that's just the thing about it. Now, Deshaun Watson ain't Deshaun Watson anymore either. But I'm just saying.
It's true.
We didn't know that at the time. But I just think that CJ, I mean, we should have known at the time. Deshaun Watson literally gets the same injuries over and over. Like, people don't realize that he literally gets the same injuries over and over.
Yeah.
He just might get in a different leg. But I feel like, but that's just my thing. And also another thing, we have to think about the concussions. That might also be an issue for him.
Yeah,
he might get out there and get scared because I mean, shit. You see how they acted with Tua, but I would say they're going to give him a Sam Darnold deal, and it would be more than whatever Sam Darnold got because the market has changed. But they're probably going to give him more than what I'm saying, like what a Sam Darnold type of deal is. They'll probably give him more. Just because the what you would want to do, you'd want to extend him now if he was playing up to par. But if he playing up to par, we'd have won a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like it just is what it is. We'd have won a Super Bowl if he was playing up to par. Which if he was just playing okay.
Yeah, I mean we get Trent Dilfer level performances in the playoffs instead of CJ throwing or having like 10 turnovers in the entirety of the playoffs. We're probably in the Super Bowl. I don't know that we win, but we're probably in the Super Bowl. Brandon, best case scenario, defense outscores all of the other offenses.
Which they did quite a bit last year.
Worst case scenario for Stroud, Davis Mills turns into a 4,500-yard QB. I'm going to be honest, y'all. Like, I was never a Davis Mills denier. I was always that he never got like a team with talent around him. Like, it was literally Davis Mills, Brandon Cooks, and for like 5 weeks, Nico Collins.
Yeah.
Against the world. That also had like the rookie year Damian Pierce in it, but like the offensive line was terrible. Laramie Tunsil literally quit on the team at one point, and they had to have. I think Titus ended up having to play left tackle till Titus got hurt. So not what I'm getting at. Not the ultimate thesis here, but Davis Mills was never really given a fair shake before they drafted CJ. That being said, talking about the draft, let's do mock draft 2.0, Chris.
All right, so you have to tell me how to do this one because I don't know how to do this. Well, I ain't got to log in for this one, huh?
Do you?
I don't think so. I hope not, because like I don't want to. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, yeah. I got it.
All right. Another full 7-round mock draft coming at you. Mike, who couldn't be with us this evening, is a big Kenyon Sadiq fan and requests that if Kenyon Sadiq is available at pick 28, that we pull the trigger.
Okay, so you want to go normal?
Yeah.
Standard. I'm just making sure everything. Okay, I think we're all right. 7 rounds. Let's go.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we live.
Shit, I'm trying to figure it. Do I got to click on something else for that motherfucker to start?
Yeah, it's the play button up at the top.
Oh, shit.
Okay, keep cleaning. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to teach my son the value of cleaning up his messes.
Sadiq's gone. Yeah. He went to Carolina.
Classic. All right, here we are at 28. New Orleans is offering a trade, but
yeah, I don't like that one. I don't like that one. Yeah.
But before we exit out of all of these, just hit the X in the top right corner, and let's see if we can just kind of look at the board. Maybe there's a couple people we're not expecting to be here.
Peter, so we're Woods, at 28. We don't need. Yeah, I think Peter Woods would be a good one. I wouldn't even be mad at the safety coming out of Toledo. I wouldn't even be mad about that.
C.J. Miller, the linebacker out of Georgia. Blake Miller. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go. Let's do it here. So because I'm gonna look defense because I don't want no O-line right here.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna go. Let's go line. I'm just doing linebacker first. We'll come back to linebacker. What we at D-line? Let's see what we got. So you got
and Lee Hunter should be around there somewhere.
No, he's already gone. D-line or is he an edge?
No, I think he's a D lineman. I can't imagine his big ass is an edge player.
What's his name?
Lee Hunter out of Texas Tech. Oh, I think he's already been drafted.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
We don't really need a corner. If we did, it would be later. Edge, we don't really need an edge. It'd be linebacker or defensive line here. And to me, it's defensive tackle. Let's look at the size of the top 3 guys here because I think any one of those 3 you could feasibly take here.
Okay, so how do I? This one's a little different from the last one.
I think you got to click their name. Oh, well, maybe not.
Yeah, it won't let me.
Yeah. All right. Well, regardless, I'll look it up.
Yeah, and I agree. And like I say, I would not be mad about a safety though. I wouldn't be mad about a safety. But there's literally only one safety, so.
Peter Woods is 21 years old, 6'3", 315 pounds. So he would be kind of in that same vein as he'd be a little bit heavier than Sheldon Rankins. Caden McDonald is 6'3", 326. And his nickname is Scooby. That's kind of interesting. No, I wasn't talking about Scooby-Doo. And then Caleb Banks. Caleb Banks is 6'6", 327. So he kind of gives you the length of Autry.
Yeah, that'll be good, especially when's our next pick? He'll probably be gone by then. But when's our next pick?
38.
Because I wouldn't mind him, but I feel like I don't want to draft him here.
Yeah. What is he? 33? I mean, he's definitely going to be gone by then, I think. I don't know. What about the linebacker?
There was only one, to
CJ Allen. I mean, that would give us somebody opposite Henry T, and in theory, could eventually replace Aziz.
True.
I'm not opposed to it.
I'm really angry that we can't. I guess I gotta subscribe, and I'm not. Shit, I just barely got the shit to work. Whatever, it's fine.
I think CJ would be a better pick, and we pick the defensive tackle at 38.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm okay with that. Let's just take a gander. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured that's how tight end was gonna look. Let's go with it. Yeah, no. I'm kind of looking. Just no. That one's ridiculous.
Yeah, no.
I just like to look. All right, so
let's go to
go back.
Oh, we still got the pick of the litter here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not going to have the option to get these guys later. I'm not opposed to Banks here. I mean,
I'm either Peter Woods or Caleb Banks, and honestly, more Caleb Banks because I feel like Peter Woods is dropping too far, and there might be a reason for that. So yeah, I'm cool with Caleb Banks. That's why I said I didn't mind waiting.
Yeah,
and it's crazy. The first two picks we did were defense, but it's just the other needs that we have. Yeah, I don't know. Let me get.
I'm with you. Go to all. Yeah,
that was the button I was looking for.
Okay, here we are at the end of the second round. Nah. All right, Jadarian Price is still here. Eli Stowers is still there. Scroll down a little bit.
I wouldn't be against another running back just because.
I think we hold off until Mike Washington Jr. I apologize.
Yeah, I was looking at that too. From Arkansas, I was looking at that too.
I wouldn't be opposed here to either Eli Stowers or scroll down a little bit. Jennings Dunker, just to get your future guard depth, and
and we're at 59.
I think the next one we pick is like 68 or 69 or something like that. It's one of the earlier 60s.
Because that and it's suggesting for us to take tackle, which I'm not really opposed to.
Jennings Dunker is not a tackle. He's a guard. Scroll back up.
Why the hell does it have him as a fucking tackle?
I don't know.
Am I seeing things wrong?
No. Go up top. It says my selections. All right, so we go 59, 69. I just wanted to make sure. All right, player list. I think we have to draft an interior offensive lineman and a running back and a tight end.
But I feel like running back and tight end can come later.
Yeah. Fuck it. Pull the trigger on him, on Dunker.
Styles will probably still be there. I'm not taking anything that they're offering right now. Actually, that one wasn't a bad one. That wasn't a bad one. That was only 3 picks down. All right, so like Styles is still here. So
yeah, and then you got Mike Washington right there. Go check out the tight end position. So you
Because remember last time we went when we did last time, did we take Roush or did we take Trigg?
I think we took Trigg last time because Roush went right before us. I wouldn't be opposed to Delp either. I mean, Stowers is a receiving guy. Delp is kind of a mix of both, running or receiving and blocking, and then Roush is a blocker with receiving upside. Go to a running back. Okay. Scroll down a little bit. Looking for Claiborne or something out of Wake Forest.
Right there.
Okay, so I think we can get him later. Looks like he's one.
We can get him way later. I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to go Stowers because I think we talked about going Stowers last time and we just missed him. Just to see.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Now we got a little bit before our next pick.
All right, which I believe our next pick. We got an A+ for the dunker.
Nice.
We're doing pretty good.
This is a phenomenal draft, but I feel like this draft is falling awkwardly, but I'm not upset about it. All right, we're coming up here. Let's hit the all button just to see where we're at when you get the opportunity.
You're all right. I like to look at them, even though I'm not even going to click on none of them. I just like to look at them.
I'm not mad at that.
What pick are we? My bad. Hold on. What pick are we right now? So we're 106.
Yeah. All right. So it looks like some dudes have fallen.
A lot of dudes have fallen.
All right. Scroll down a little bit. Let's look at the interior offensive lineman.
Logan Jones.
Interesting. Keep scrolling. Bo Stevens isn't a bad option. I'm looking for what's his nuts? Coogan. Pat Coogan, I think is his name. He's a center for Indiana. There he goes.
You saw it?
Yeah, he's way down there at the bottom. So we got some time to wait on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, we can wait.
So what have we taken so far?
Linebacker, D-line, tackle. Well, I know there's interior offensive line and tight end. So I'm not opposed to defense. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, I'm not opposed to defense right now. We can, if you want to be honest, I would. And he comes from Penn State. I would rather Wheatley. I would rather Wheatley.
Yeah.
Just because, if you want to be honest, we might need to take Davison because think and it sounds so crazy to say Tremont Smith.
Well, do you really want? I think the best case scenario is you bring in a veteran because you've already got a younger guy in Jalen Smith. Kamari Laster's entering year 3. And then you got Tremont.
Jalen Smith can't stay healthy.
I understand. But does bringing a rookie in solve that problem? I don't think so. I think a veteran that is kind of on that same kind of tier at least brings you some sort of NFL consistency.
Because I don't want to go if we go receiver. I want to go receiver. What the hell? Get out of there. Say that again.
I was gonna say running back.
Oh, they were. We got a wow.
Okay.
We got plenty, and I feel like we do we pick any of the? No, we might not pick this far down last time.
Probably not. All right. Go back to D line.
I feel like a lot of these guys are reaches. Honestly, I feel like right now is more of best available than
What pick
anything.
are we at right now? 106 or something?
106, yeah. And I
Okay.
feel like even Corleone, I feel like that's a reach.
Yeah. The name on this
What do
list
we
for
have
the
after
defense.
this? Oh, wow.
We go. Yeah. 109. Okay. So we need to basically pick somebody who's not going to be there within the next 61 picks. So basically 2 rounds. All right.
I'm just kind of looking.
Now, if we're going to go corner, I don't hate Malik Muhammad. Um,
Oh,
Keep going.
I was going to look at Malik Muhammad.
Oh, my bad, bro.
No, you're all right. I was just I hate I can't figure out why the fuck this is the suggestions they're giving us.
Yeah. Well, it's because they know that offensive line is, a big
A
one.
big Texans thing, I know.
Yeah.
No, I'm drafting Carson Beck. Let's go. Put a
Oh,
fire
God.
under CJ ass. I know Carson Beck is terrible and a
All right.
national champion at that. That's crazy.
So I think what we do here is um, we get Chris McClellan, and then we get Claiborne with our next pick, the running back out of Missouri. Chris McClellan is massive. He's like 6'7". I'm gonna just make sure before I'm talking out the side of my head. Chris. He is 6'4", 323. He's a senior. I wouldn't be mad at that. That way we got depth for D line for years. And then I'm cool with we're pretty much done with the D line at that point.
That's cool. Let's rock with it. Let's rock with it.
It's going to be a
Wonder
little
what,
bit of a reach. Grade's not going to be that high on this one,
yeah, the
though.
grade's gonna be terrible. I know. C plus. I figured the grade was gonna be terrible, but it's fine. This isn't
Got 2
real.
more picks. Yeah. Hit that all.
Oh, my bad. Let me get back to it.
You good. Also, if you want to scroll up a little bit.
I'm kind of trying to pay attention to who's getting drafted and
I'm with you. Drew Aller to the Panthers. Carson Beck to the Steelers.
I'm rejecting all of this shit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right. This is the pick we got from the Cleveland Browns in the Titus Howard trade. So I think we go running back here.
Man.
Damn, McClellan's gone. That sucks. I'm
honestly not okay with going running back here.
Yeah. Well, when I thought my Claiborne was going to be there, that would have been real nice.
Yeah, I want to do another linebacker, but I want to go more best available. And we're not going to do another. I'm just kind of.
Seth McGowan he's a running back, boasted a 42.5-inch vertical jump.
That
Jam
means nothing to
Miller.
me. It just means
Well,
he's gonna hurdle people.
it also means explosion.
So. Oh yeah, because you get all your strength and stuff from your legs
Mm-hmm.
and what is that at running back?
Yeah, out of
Shit,
Kentucky.
he might still be there. Oh well,
Yeah,
I'm saying that, but he might still be there to be honest.
yeah. Emmett Johnson is also Seth McGowan right there.
Yeah, I clicked on
Well,
running back.
we
See,
won't be there at like 247 or whatever the hell we're at.
all right, whatever. I'm cool with it.
Oh shit! I didn't realize Mike Washington was 223 pounds. Yeah, Seth McGowan is the move.
I honestly don't have no problems with that whatsoever. Just because, running back, right? Just because it's so late and you don't even know what these players are going to be.
Yeah. And Seth McGowan ran a 4.49. Trying to see what other information I can pull up on him. He's also 223 pounds. He's 6 foot tall. So he's in that Arian Foster size.
Yeah, but can he tiptoe like Arian Foster? Arian Foster, like he ran with grace.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and hold on, was Arian Foster undrafted?
Yep.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure I've been trying to stay up on my football history sometimes, and I try to remember because like he just kind of came out of nowhere and it's like he floated on the field. Watching him, I was watching like some highlights the other day of him, and I was just like, man, it's like this man just floated on the field.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Interior offensive lineman. Let's see if we can find anybody at all that is worth a shit, because we've yet to draft like a center. Let's see. Maybe I can. I'm trying to see what names I even recognize on this list. Scroll down a little bit.
yeah, I got you. I was say
You're
if you
fine.
even recognize any.
I'm just trying to find any names that at all.
Yeah, I'm not gonna keep going down. It's getting ugly. It's getting ugly. But I am okay with taking another O lineman.
Um,
Hold on. Let me. I ain't even mad about. Well, I don't know. I guess any safety that's still out there is a reach. I felt like if we would have taken a safety, we should have taken them earlier. Because honestly,
yeah,
I think if anything, I would rather safety more than cornerback. If you want to be honest, because I do agree with you. It's just man, Trayvon Smith, man, I do not want to see him on the field. If you go send Trayvon Smith out there, I might as well go play corner. Like that's how I feel watching Trayvon
yeah.
Smith play corner.
Scroll
And I
down.
don't, and it's crazy because he's one of our fastest players, and like I swear I don't see it. He don't
Yeah.
look fast when I'm watching him run. Yeah, but whoever you want, I honestly do not care at
I'm
this point.
looking for literally anybody.
Yeah, we're getting into
Yeah.
undrafted free agent territory here.
You're scrolling too fast and way
Oh,
too far.
my bad.
You're
Hold
fine.
on, hold on. Let me fix this.
Right there for a second.
Who I can eat on my Pop Tart?
We gotta look for. Raj is a guard. He's rather large as well. Where the fuck? James Broker Meyer. All right.
Well, you know, we were talking about Puka earlier. Sometimes Puka just needs to keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
He says stupid stuff that gets him in trouble.
Yeah.
And it's not like the stuff he's saying is not like he's speaking out against injustice or anything. You're just saying stupid shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's get Armand Reed Adams. He's another guard, but
oh shit.
Maybe
he probably plays center. Probably play center.
He's 6'6". He'd be a big ass center.
Either way it goes, we all right. So
I know. All right.
I'm saving it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to save it.
No, you're fine. Well, all right.
Okay, and then where's my phone at? So I'm gonna take a picture of it too. And I'm sitting here saying I'm saving it, but fuck, I don't even know if I'm not logged in or anything. That was the problem we had last time because I tried to log in, and it fucking, and I don't want to fucking. I am curious. So Jeremiah, Tennessee is crazy.
Yeah. Interesting. Monroe Freeling.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't want to go to Tennessee because you got to go against the Colts D line, the Jaguars D line, and I say the best for last.
Yep. Well, look, I think this is a good spot to go ahead and wrap her up. You got any closing comments, my man?
Yeah, let's close that shit out. Well, I can't see us. Oh, there we go. Honestly, no. I like that, and I mean, I know we couldn't get Sadiq, but I think how we got real close. Well, we didn't get that close. It was closer than I thought. I'm just kind of scrolling through like what we have here. I'm actually happy with it. I liked us taking CJ Allen at 28 because we were still able to come back and get Caleb Banks.
Yep.
Which I liked better than whoever was the other D-line. Oh, Peter Woods. Peter Woods was in front of him, wasn't he? And he actually got drafted. He got drafted right after. Is that the Cleveland? So he got drafted right after we took Caleb Banks. But Caleb Banks, the size is what really gets you for him. Yeah, no, I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. Like I say, we had a couple of reaches, but who knows what it's going to look like draft night? And like I said, this shit ain't fucking real. So,
right. Well, look, Chris, always a pleasure to have you on talking about the Texans and hanging out, bullshitting with me. Make sure you guys are going over to That's Crazy Podcast and talk, like, subscribe, notification bell over there, trying to support his channel. Do the same thing over on this AFC South show. You can catch me over there later tonight, about 8:30. We'll be going live. And then, make sure you do the like, subscribe, notification bell on this channel so that we can get in front of new Texans fans each and every time. Folks, thank you for watching. Be good people. Go Texans. Fuck the Cowboys.
And the rest of the AFC South.